This is Holland America Line's MS Zuiderdam, and we're going to show you everything there is to know about her, including her public spaces, the dining, the entertainment, and what guests think of her. Simply put, this is everything you need to know. Holland America Line's MS Zuiderdam isn't the newest ship on the seas, but she might just be one of the most interesting. She's got the sass of a seasoned traveller, the grandeur pose of a world cruise veteran, and more floor-to-ceiling glass than a Dubai skyscraper. This isn't a ship tour, it's a full ship guide, and we're diving into every quirky corner, from Waterford crystal seahorses to world-class burgers by the pool, pondering the why of polar bears and the mystery of a missing grand piano. We're taking you deck by deck, meal by delicious meal, lounge by lounge, through a ship that may be in her 20s, but still knows how to turn heads like a rock star. We'll tell you what other people think about her and give you our own unfiltered verdict. This is not your average cruise ship tour. This is MS Zuiderdam Uncut. Let's go. So, what's she like inside? Let's have a quick look around. Here's where it all begins. Guest services, shore excursions and future cruise sales. Basically, your help desk, your trip planner and your cruise addiction enabler. This area, given that it's the floor of the ship's atrium, feels a little underused in our opinion, with a distinct lack of social venues. Entertainment kicks off not far away though with the World Stage Theatre, a plush, very red, classically designed theatre that hosts Broadway shows, guest lectures and performers, and lots of other things besides. Deck 2 is the ship's beating heart after dark. The atrium continues its glamorous rise here because what's a ship without a dramatic staircase to nowhere? Just behind the World Stage Theatre, the casino spreads out like Vegas without the Elvis impersonators. Slots, poker, blackjack, the works, all lubricated by the adjacent and quite brilliant gallery bar, a colourful watering hole clad in quirky artwork you just can't stop staring at. It was one of our favourite bars on the whole ship. Midships is where the musical magic happens. Facing the casino is Billboard Onboard, which weirdly, when we were on her, only had one piano, not the usual two, which is the hallmark and USP of this venue. Holland America Line regulars will be confused, as we were. Gone is B.B. King's Blues Club. Enter Rolling Stone Lounge, where a 7-piece band rips through rock, pop and country classics with the kind of gusto usually reserved for late into the evening at a large wedding. For something smoother, the Explorers Lounge next to the now redundant Lincoln Centre stage. Yes, I've mourned the passing of this until I can cry no more. Back at the atrium, the Pinnacle Grill brings the dining scene to midships. This premium venue is Holland America's go-to for classic steakhouse fare with a Pacific Northwest twist. If you're dressed up and nowhere to be until dessert, pop into the Pinnacle Bar opposite, an elegant enclave for champagne, flutes, martinis and pre-dinner philosophising. At the aft, the lower level of the dining room handles traditional dinner seatings, serving up multi-course meals with a side of sea views, soft lighting and an eclectic colour scheme that only Holland America Line knows how to pull off. Old school cruisers rejoice, there's a full wrap-around promenade deck here. No jogging track with inspirational quotes, just you, some well-placed hardwood steamer chairs for those moments of rest in between energetic bursts, and of course, the sea. If the open seas leave you craving a little indoor adventure, or just a decent Wi-Fi signal, Zuiderdam's Deck 3 indoor public spaces have you covered. Inside, the atrium reaches its upper level here. Right in the centre, you'll find a dazzling Waterford crystal seahorse spinning lazily and mesmerising everyone who catches its eye. Hal recognises guests' habits well, and one of those is to browse and spend. The shops are where duty-free dreams come true. It's an arcade of temptation featuring liquor, tobacco, perfumes, watches, clothing and souvenirs. Basically everything your suitcase and weight limit didn't know it needed until now. The photo gallery and shop is your go-to for cruise paparazzi moments. Forget your camera? Want 47 professionally lit photos of you blinking? Sorted. Need a spot to plot world domination or just play bridge? The Hudson, Half Moon and Stuyvesant rooms are multi-purpose meeting venues, perfect for lectures, card games, awkward reunions, or even the occasional at-sea wedding. Intellectual pursuits await at the surprisingly large library, and you don't need to join. Just find something of interest and resist feeling guilty as you walk out with it without the need to tell anyone. Just please remember to return them Trust, like the soul, never returns once it's gone. Bonus points if you can tell me who said that. That's a hard one. The Ocean Bar, perched prettily outside the atrium, is your go-to for pre-dinner cocktails, smooth live music and perhaps a spontaneous toe tap. Forward of the atrium, Deck 3 grants access to the upper balcony of the world stage. Ideal if you enjoy your song and dance numbers with a bird's eye view of the mosh pit. Kidding, metal fans. It's a theatre. Barely any moshing happens here. Right to the aft of this level is the upper tier of the dining room, home to the ever-so-civilised anytime dining option. Show up fashionably between 5:15 p.m. and 9 and enjoy your meal on your schedule. Decks 4 to 8 is cabin country, a sea of stateroom suites and verandas. Welcome to the Lido Deck. It's the daytime epicentre for all things sun, sea and snacks. If you're not eating, you're swimming. If you're not swimming, you're sautéing. And if you're not doing any of that, are you even on holiday? Midships, you'll find the Lido pool, the ship's aquatic showstopper, complete with a retractable glass roof. Because the weather may be patchy, but your tan needn't be. It's got everything: a pool, whirlpools, a bandstand, even the inexplicable presence of polar bears, and enough loungers to make you consider cancelling your next shore excursion while you ponder the reason behind said bears. The Lido bar keeps the midship pool crowd hydrated and mildly wobbly, while opposite is Dive-In, the ship's complimentary grill where burgers, dogs and fries are flipped fresh to order and eaten with zero guilt and great satisfaction. Speaking of pools, aft lies the Sea View pool, the quieter, more grown-up sibling to the midship's popular Polar Plunger. It's open air, perfect for contemplative dips, casual sunning and pretending you're reading a novel behind those sunglasses instead of napping. Nearby, the Sea View bar does absolutely nothing to discourage a slumber-inducing midday tipple. In between pools is the Lido Market. Think global cuisine, made-to-order options, and enough food stations to burn calories just walking between them. By evening, one corner of Lido Market transforms into Canaletto, a speciality Italian dining spot offering pasta with a side of sunset at a surcharge. Bellissimo! Forward is the Greenhouse Spa and Salon, your sanctuary of scented oils and softly whispered upcharges. Expect everything from hot stone massages to hydrotherapy pools, thermal suites, and a salon that will have you formal night ready in under an hour. Just next door, the fitness centre dares you to try jogging on a treadmill while the ship's negotiating a long swell. Fully kitted out with cardio and weight machines, it also has a studio for group fitness classes, ideal if you're into collective sweating and mild social pressure. Front and centre of Deck 10 is the Crow's Nest, a sprawling observation lounge wrapped in floor-to-ceiling glass and boasting 270 degrees of uninterrupted wow. And is that a whale over there? By day, it's a serene spot for sipping lattes and pondering life at sea. But that's not all. Tucked inside is the Explorations Cafe, an all-in-one intellectual retreat featuring an art studio for the creatives, some brilliant info screens for ship nerds, and a coffee bar for the caffeine-dependent. This area also serves as the nerve centre for the Explorations Central enrichment programmes and the shore excursions team. Whew. Also, here is a games area for cards, board games and any adults pretending they just happen to be passing through. Yeah, right. Deck 11 is the sports deck, and aft is the sports court, a lively arena for basketball, volleyball, and the oddly addictive game of pickleball, a sort of tennis ping-pong hybrid that's sweeping cruise decks at the expense of poor old paddle tennis, which is so last millennium. Thanks to a partnership with the Professional Pickleball Association, complimentary lessons are on offer, so you can confidently serve, smash, and shout "Kitchen violation!" by the week's end. Yes, there is a kitchen on the pickleball court. Figure that one out. Forward, you'll find the Retreat, an adults-only enclave of calm and curated comfort, added in 2015. It's supposed to be sun-soaked and stylish, with comfy lounges and private cabanas available to rent. Unfortunately, it didn't project the sun-soaked stylish look in the dull weather we were having. That's a wrap for the ship tour. Now, loosen your belt a notch as we dive fork first into our complete guide to Zuiderdam dining. Bon appetit! Aboard Zuiderdam, The dining experience gets a star-studded twist thanks to HAL's Culinary Council, a panel of celebrity chefs who lend their signature dishes and discerning palates to the ship's menus. Freshness is a big deal here. Most of the pasta and bread is made daily on board. Menus also shift to reflect the regional flavours of your itinerary, so your meals might just match your views. And HAL proudly highlights its global fresh fish programme. It sounds like a WHO famine relief operation, but is actually a commitment to sustainably sourced seafood. Tasty and ocean-friendly. We like their style. First, let's talk about the dining included in your fare. This elegant two-deck venue is the culinary heart of Zuiderdam, with fine art on the walls and white tablecloths under your elbows. Expect a well-curated mix of continental classics, American comfort favourites, and regionally inspired dishes reflecting the ship's current itinerary. There are also vegetarian options that go beyond more salad. Many dishes are created by HAL's Culinary Council, so yes, your dinner might have a celebrity chef's approval. They even throw some brilliant themed lunches and dinners, like the New England brunch we enjoyed on our Canada and New England voyage, and of course the Dutch dinner, in homage to HAL's orange history. This isn't your average cafeteria-style buffet. It's a sleek, station-based marketplace conveniently located near the Lido pool. Popular and occasionally bustling, it's the go-to for fast, varied and satisfying bites. From morning pastries to late-night ice cream, the lineup covers all bases, with various food stations named Breadboard, Wild Harvest, Homestead, Distant Lands and Sweet Spot. It's self-service for breakfast, lunch, afternoon tea and casual dinner, which often echoes the dining room menu. This open-air grill is our personal favourite for good reason. Located next to the Lido pool, it offers made-to-order burgers, hot dogs and fries that taste like you've earned them, even if you haven't moved all day. The gourmet burgers are, in our opinion, the best at sea. Nathan's famous hot dogs and fries with signature sauces complete the menu. Open mostly during lunch and afternoon hours, dive-in is casual, fast and surprisingly top tier for poolside fare and ideal for refuelling between naps. If what we've shown you so far hasn't quite tickled your taste buds, then it might be time to loosen the purse strings. A little extra spending brings a lot of extra flavour. Here's what MS Zuiderdam has in store for those who fancy dining with a side of sparkle. Holland America line's fine dining flagship is the Pinnacle Grill. Think boutique steakhouse vibes, with Bulgari china, Riedel stemware and lighting soft enough to make everyone look young enough not to need an additional Instagram filter. And the food needs no filter either. It's supermodel fancy. Artisan breads, premium USDA prime steaks, come with classic side dishes, luxurious seafood enriched with Pacific Northwest flavours, oh, and candied bacon on a clothesline. Yes! All paired with an award-winning wine list and a dessert list that will leave you in a food coma. Open nightly for dinner and lunch on select sea days. Tucked into the Lido market by night, it's dinner only. Canaletto serves up rustic Italian charm with waiters, wine and warm lighting, minus the stuffiness. The vibe is relaxed but refined, ideal for a lingering dinner and friendly food envy. Think fresh house-made pasta, classic antipasti, veal and chicken mains, and desserts that demand a spoon duel. Menu highlights reflect input from HAL Culinary Council member Chef Ethan Stowell. The philosophy is Spartire, which means share it, although whether you actually do is another matter. This one's special. Morimoto by Sea is a pop-up culinary experience curated by Iron Chef legend Masaharu Morimoto, HAL's global fresh fish ambassador. Yes, that's a real title. It's only offered once per cruise, if you're lucky, and usually held in the Pinnacle Grill. Reservations are essential and seats are limited. Think hot ticket, not maybe later. Morimoto by Sea is a masterclass in seafood, sushi and dramatic plating, each dish worthy of its own slow-motion reveal. Expect exclusive cocktails, pristine ingredients and an evening that flirts with Michelin-level flair. Holland America line prides itself on being the thinking person's cruise line, and Zuiderdam takes that idea for a twirl around the dance floor. On board, expect a classy cocktail of live music, theatre, enrichment talks, and just enough avant-garde jazz to keep things interesting. The world stages Zuiderdam's big stage and hosts nightly headliner entertainment, with production shows that combine dazzling performances with state-of-the-art lighting and costumes. Expect rotating acts like comedians, illusionists, vocalists, and tribute acts. It's also a venue for enrichment. EXC Talks bring on guest experts to chat about destinations, history, and the odd how-to. Thanks to a major revamp in 2017, Music Walk is now a key player in HAL's entertainment lineup on Zuiderdam, grouping together several toe-tapping venues. Billboard on Board delivers a high-octane sing-along session led by dueling, well in this case singular, pianists, belting out hits from the last 60 years. Bonus points if you know all the lyrics and hit the trivia questions. Rolling Stone Lounge has taken over BB King's Blues Club and now hosts a full band performing crowd-pleasing rock, pop and country. Think less smoky blues, more feel-good rock classics. Ocean Bar and Explorers Lounge may also host mellow live music, perfect for a martini and a mid-cruise disembarkation crisis in A minor. I must mention one of Zuiderdam's standout features and a hallmark of Holland America Line ships in general, and that's the impressive onboard art collection. This isn't just something nice for the walls, it's a full-blown floating gallery designed to boost the ship's elegant, sophisticated vibe. Some of the art on Zuiderdam, though, is a little perplexing. I mean, what's this? And this? It's not only art, it's the little details around the ship, from the friendly reminder of what day it is in the elevators, to the elevator doors themselves channeling the Art Deco glam of the Chrysler building. Even the carpets are something to behold. I don't think I've marvelled at carpets before, and here I was raving enthusiastically about them. Helen, not so much. Guest reviews are like towel animals, interesting to look at, but ultimately open to interpretation. After trawling through feedback from sites like Cruise Critic and cruiseline.com, a few patterns float to the surface. Zuiderdam delivers classic cruising charm with outstanding service, but not without a few creaks in her hull. Let's go through a few things. Firstly, what guests love. If Zuiderdam had a crown jewel, it would be the crew. From stateroom attendants to dining room servers, guests consistently gush about the staff's warmth, attentiveness and uncanny ability to remember your name and your cocktail order. In short, service is HAL's superpower, and we couldn't agree more. While it's not all Michelin star and foie gras, the dining scene gets generally positive nods. Specialty spots like Pinnacle Grill often steal the show, while the main dining room and the Lido Market earn praise for variety and consistency. Diving Grill also has a cult following amongst burger purists, including us. Holland America's longer, more adventurous itineraries are a hit. From Canada and New England cruises like the one we enjoyed on this ship, to Trans-Pacific crossings and world cruise segments, Zuiderdam earns points for taking the scenic route. Not too big, not too small, Zuiderdam's mid-size appeals to cruisers who enjoy spacious public areas without the chaos of the floating theme parks. We absolutely love the Vista Class ships and think they're just about the perfect balance of guest numbers and amenities without going over the top on either. The wraparound Promenade Deck gets a special mention from fresh air lovers and speed walking enthusiasts alike. Okay, so that's the good stuff, but what do guests grumble about? Well, let's not sugarcoat it. Zuiderdam was built in 2002, and despite a few cosmetic touch-ups, and while we love the sleek, glassy profile of the Vista Class, she's not exactly a spring chicken, and some of her interior choices might reflect that. Reviews mention dated decor, some wonky layout choices, and given her last major update was in 2017, she's probably due another session with her cosmetic surgeon. Cabins are occasionally labelled as smaller than expected, with limited storage and the dreaded clingy shower curtain in the bathrooms. Soundproofing and accessibility could also use an upgrade, or at least a stern talking to. Yes, the food normally scores very well, but not always. Some reviewers report that buffet chaos during peak hours can make finding a peaceful bite a challenge. Not every dish is a winner, particularly when the Lido market gets rushed. We think that most buffet-style restaurants on all the ships suffer this at times. A common refrain, often delivered with gentle sarcasm, is that the ship caters primarily to an older crowd, with entertainment and activity schedules that may leave younger or more energetic travellers reaching for an extended TikTok sesh with a defeated sigh. So is Zuiderdam right for you? Well, in the end, it comes down to personal priorities. If you're looking for refined service, classic ambience, live music with actual sweaty musicians with real instruments, and itineraries with depth, Zuiderdam delivers that in spades. But if your idea of a holiday includes zip-lining over go-karts, ordering sushi via touchscreens, throwing shapes in strobe-saturated nightclubs, or mega-budget stage shows, you may want to swipe right onto a different ship. Zuiderdam is laid back, elegant and musically enriched, with just the right amount of old-school charm. This grand dame of the sea could very well be your ideal floating home away from home. If you want to explore more about Holland America Line, we've got some absolutely banging videos for you to watch. Please start here. Thank you.